Chosen one, your new home is ready. God is moving you into comfort. The season of transition is complete. You have arrived at the doorway of comfort, and it is not by accident. This moment was prepared in silence, shaped through storms, and now revealed in full glory. The discomfort you've carried, the delay that lingered like a shadow over your expectations, the weight of living in places that felt too small for your spirit. All of that is behind you now. God has issued a command, and the command was simple. Prepare the new home. This home is not just a roof over your head. It is a manifestation of divine alignment. It is a sacred environment built to match the peace inside of you. Everything you left behind was necessary to open this door. And now, God is personally moving you into comfort. Watch this video until the end. And in the comments, write your warmest wishes and write Amen, along with the number 99. This is not just engagement, it's activation. Words carry energy, and your wishes have power. When you write what your heart is ready to receive, you signal to the universe that your blessing has a place to land. You are not just a listener, you are a participant in this supernatural transfer. It's happening right now, and your name is already marked in the divine registry of fulfilled promises. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. This move is not driven by money. It's driven by meaning. God has studied the cracks in the foundation of your old dwelling. He saw how you tolerated environments that suffocated your joy. He watched as you tried to find peace in places that had none to offer. And though your heart remained noble, your soul cried for something more, something sacred, something safe, something set apart. So, he began to design a home not made by human hands, but formed through divine intention. The materials were not brick and stone alone. They were peace, ease, and restoration. This house, this divine relocation, is where your promise rests. The spiritual announcement has already been issued in the heavenly courts. Comfort is coming to the chosen one. That comfort is tangible. It is not merely an idea. It is not a metaphor. It is a real address, a real atmosphere, a real space where your divine assignments will flourish. This home will not only protect you, it will reflect you. The colors, the light, the silence at night, the alignment of windows to morning sun, every detail was arranged to honor your presence. God wanted a place worthy of the light he placed within you. So he's not just giving you a new home. He's restoring what life tried to strip away, your ability to feel safe. The comfort you're stepping into has already been written into your destiny. The process you endured was part of the preparation. You had to be emptied of what no longer belonged to you so that this new space wouldn't inherit the trauma of your past seasons. There's no residue of sorrow in the walls of this home. There are no echoes of confusion or fear in its halls. Only clarity, only softness, only stillness. God has removed the spiritual clutter and placed you in a field of divine simplicity. You won't have to explain your journey to anyone in this space. The air itself will understand you. And just as you outgrew the version of yourself that accepted less, you have also outgrown the dwelling that was tied to your old limitations. This is a sacred upgrade, a reset of atmosphere, a realignment with heaven's original blueprint for your comfort. No longer will you sleep in rooms that steal your energy. No longer will you walk into places that feel heavy with memories that don't match your present self. This home is a match for the you that God has refined. It mirrors the internal healing you've done. And every time you enter, your spirit will feel the confirmation. This is mine, and it was always meant to be. God has been orchestrating this move in the unseen. He's spoken to people you've never met. He's opened doors through channels you didn't even know existed. He's removed obstacles you never saw. Because when it's time to relocate a chosen one, heaven spares no detail. You are not moving because you fought for it. You're moving because heaven approved it. And when heaven signs off on a transition, nothing can interrupt the execution of that shift. That's why this is flowing easily now. That's why it feels like a dream. That's why everything is falling into place. The delay was real, but so is the deliverance. Your new home has angels stationed at the threshold. They have been waiting. Every corner of the house has already been blessed. The floors have been anointed. The ceilings have been sealed with favor. This is not just real estate. It is revelation made tangible. This is where you will write your next chapter, rest in your new rhythm, and wake up without the dread of survival. This is not just about comfort. It's about confidence. God is restoring your ability to feel calm in the silence. And for the first time in a long time, your nervous system will stop bracing for bad news. Peace will not feel foreign anymore. The past homes you occupied served a purpose. Some protected you, others exposed you, but none of them could contain who you've become. And that's why they had to fall away. There is no longer room for your greatness in places built for your former self. And you have finally accepted that you no longer shrink to fit. You no longer tolerate instability just to survive. God saw this growth in you. And when you finally stopped trying to carry broken environments on your back, he said, "Now it's time. Now I'll show you what comfort really looks like." And here it is. It's not just that the furniture is new, or the windows are wide, or the floors are polished. It's that the energy is clean. The space is light. The neighborhood feels safe. And your spirit feels seen. This is what divine relocation feels like. You are not moving to escape anything. You are moving to embody something. You are stepping into the atmosphere that matches your next level. You are being transported to a sacred location where your joy will multiply and your tears will be healed. Even the walls will feel like they were waiting for you. That's how perfectly aligned this home is. This is not just a blessing. It is a setup for the overflow. The comfort is just the beginning. Once you are planted in this new environment, everything else will accelerate. The creativity will return. The ideas will pour in. The wealth will begin to flow, because your comfort is the soil where your destiny will grow. And this time, nothing will be able to uproot you. This is a permanent shift. You are not going back. You are not shrinking again. God is not moving you for a season. He is placing you for legacy. This home will witness miracles. It will hold laughter you didn't know you still had inside you. It will hear prayers turn into testimonies. It will become the stage where divine instruction meets earthly manifestation. You won't need to leave this house to find peace. You'll carry it in every room. You'll feel it in every breath. And the world will wonder why you look so calm. But you'll know. It's because God placed you in the center of divine comfort. And He did it just in time. There is a reason why this didn't happen earlier. There's a reason you had to wait. Because if God had moved you into comfort before you were spiritually prepared, you would have mistaken it for coincidence. You might have doubted you were worthy of it. You would have walked through those doors still carrying the weight of past disappointment. But God didn't want the new environment to become contaminated with old insecurity. So He waited. And while you waited, you were being transformed. While you cried, you were being cleansed. While you felt forgotten, God was finishing the blueprint. And now that the time has fully come, He's not only placing you there, He's anchoring you there. This home is not built on human logic. It's built on divine timing. God has stretched the path so that it leads directly to your feet. You don't have to fight your way in. You don't have to beg. You don't have to prove yourself worthy. Your name was attached to this address before you ever saw it. You were approved in the invisible realm long before the keys came into your hands. That's why everything will feel oddly familiar. It will feel like returning to a place you've never been, because your spirit already visited it in the realm of vision. You saw pieces of it in your dreams. You felt echoes of it when you were praying for peace. This place is the answer to silent requests you forgot you even made. The home itself will be a teacher. It will teach you how to relax again, how to breathe without bracing for the next burden, how to laugh without guilt, how to trust the quiet. The walls will carry wisdom. The light will speak reassurance. The water will feel holy. Even the silence will hum with divine approval. You will know, deeply and surely, that God designed this dwelling with you in mind. The ceilings won't feel like limitations anymore. They'll feel like heavens opening up over your life. And with every passing day, you will remember who you truly are. Not the version the world tried to shape, but the version heaven has always celebrated. This home is not a random place. It's a prophetic location. It's where the timeline of your destiny converges with the promise you almost gave up on. It's where divine clarity will increase, and where heaven will send visitors who are part of your next chapter. People you've never met will walk through its doors and feel an anointing in the air. They'll say, "There's something about this space," and they'll be right. Because this home is covered. Every conversation held inside its walls will carry more grace. Every decision made under its roof will be guided by peace. You will no longer have to second-guess yourself. The atmosphere itself will confirm what God is doing in your life. And this time, no one will be able to rob you of it. No betrayal, no manipulation, no sabotage will have access to this sanctuary. God has placed a boundary around this blessing. Only those assigned to your purpose will be allowed in. The rest will be filtered out by divine protection. You've already lost what was necessary. You've already been pruned. This home is not a consolation prize. It's a throne room. It is where your royalty will awaken. You won't have to announce yourself. You'll simply be. And your being will carry the fragrance of someone who has survived the fire and stepped into the fulfillment. The neighbors may not understand how you got there. They'll wonder why favor seems to follow you. But you'll smile in silence because you know what it cost. You know the nights you laid on floors asking God for a fresh start. You know the fasts, the solitude, the faith walks, the breakdowns that birthed your breakthroughs. And now that God has answered, He's not just giving you shelter, He's giving you a spiritual headquarters. This home will serve as a command center. From here, assignments will be launched. Ideas will be born. Wealth will be attracted. It's not a hiding place. It's a lighthouse. Your comfort does not make you lazy. It makes you more effective. God knows that when your heart is at peace, your spirit is more accurate. He knows that a stable environment activates the best in you. You were never meant to live in survival mode. You were always meant to live in surplus, in stillness, in sacred structure. And this home is a divine structure. It's not just aesthetically beautiful. It is spiritually engineered. Every square foot has a reason. Every design detail holds a message. Even the rooms you haven't walked into yet are preparing to reveal more about who you really are. And when you sit down for the first time in your new space, there will be a silence that says, "You made it." Not just to a new address, but to a new realm. This is a graduation, a promotion, a holy relocation. The old timelines are closed. The old cycles are over. This is where you begin again. Not from scratch, but from strength. And your strength is not a burden, it's a blessing. Because now, you have the capacity to receive what God has been trying to give you all along. Uninterrupted peace. In this new environment, your inner child will be healed. You'll discover corners of your spirit you forgot existed. You'll find yourself humming again, dancing without reason, resting without guilt. You'll rediscover ease, not as a luxury, but as a right. And every time the sunlight enters through the windows, you'll be reminded that God didn't just move you, He positioned you. Comfort is your portion now. Ease is your inheritance. Stability is your new standard. And all of this is just the beginning. What you're stepping into is not just a location. It's a divine habitat for your new frequency. Your entire spiritual vibration has changed. You're no longer resonating with scarcity. You're no longer tethered to grief. You're no longer surviving rooms that were never meant to hold your light. God has tuned your soul to the melody of abundance, and this home is part of that song. It sings back to you. It responds to you. And when you sit in it, you won't have to question whether you're supposed to be there. The peace will answer louder than any voice of doubt ever could. The transition into this space will feel surreal at first. You'll glance around and question how everything aligned so perfectly. But that's the nature of God's orchestration. It doesn't follow human patterns. It doesn't ask for permission. When it's time for the chosen one to be elevated, God reroutes everything people move. Banks bend, rules shift, delays dissolve, and suddenly, you're living in what once felt like a faraway vision. This is not the result of effort. It's the reward of alignment. God didn't require you to earn it. He required you to believe. This belief is what activated the relocation. It wasn't about what you had in your hands. It was about what you held in your heart. Even when your surroundings screamed lack, your inner compass said, "It's not over." Even when you cried over closed doors, your spirit whispered, "Keep going." That kind of unwavering faith carries weight in the kingdom. It moves things. It reconfigures outcomes. And it is that faith that God honored. You didn't bend for convenience. You stood for truth. And now the truth is standing with you in the form of doors wide open, keys already cut, papers already signed in heaven's registry. You are not just moving, you are being promoted. This home is not a destination, it is a launch pad. It will stabilize you in ways you didn't know you needed. It will recharge your soul. It will help you see clearly. The divine whispers will come louder now. Not because God wasn't speaking before, but because now you can finally hear. The noise of survival is no longer in your ears. You've been lifted out of the echo chamber of chaos and placed into an atmosphere that understands the language of your spirit. And in this stillness, divine ideas will begin to rise. Everything around you will now match what's within you. That's why the transition couldn't happen earlier. You would have entered with internal noise. But now that your soul has been refined, the house is ready to receive you. It's not just that you're moving into the home. The home has been waiting for you. It's been protected, guarded, hidden, reserved. Until now. Until this very version of you emerged. Until your spirit became quiet enough to feel it. Until your energy became pure enough to fit it. Until your discernment became sharp enough to protect it. And now that you're here, you will never again force yourself into places that dishonor your peace. This new comfort has reset your standard, and everything that enters your world from this moment on will either rise to meet that standard or be removed by divine force. God is no longer tolerating anything beneath your calling. He has seen the sacrifices. He has witnessed the betrayal. He has felt the sting of your disappointments. And this home is his apology to you. Not for the pain, but for the delay in the reward. This is your restoration season, and God is doing it so thoroughly that even the air feels different. Your lungs will recognize the new rhythm before your mind does. You'll sleep deeper. You'll dream wider. You'll wake lighter. Your body, which has held so much tension, will begin to release. And without realizing it, you'll start to smile again. Not because of something specific, but because the atmosphere itself feels like joy. That's when you'll know. This is divine. This is holy. This is home. It is from this sacred place that your next financial wave will rise. Not because you hustle harder, but because you're finally seated in the correct energetic alignment. Comfort attracts. When the soul is at peace, wealth doesn't need to be chased. It arrives. Opportunities seek you out. Blessings locate you. Connections unfold effortlessly. And that's exactly what God intended. He didn't just want you to have a home. He wanted you to have a headquarters for favor. A place where ideas take shape. A place where visions breathe. A place where your name becomes known in rooms you've never entered. Because what you build in silence will echo through eternity. You don't owe anyone an explanation for this shift. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Let them ask how this happened. The ones with spiritual vision will understand. The rest were never meant to. This comfort was not meant to be negotiated. It was meant to be received. And you have finally opened your heart wide enough to receive it. You have stopped resisting the ease. You have stopped questioning the blessing. And in doing so, you have become the kind of vessel that miracles flow through. This new home is also the beginning of new habits, new behaviors, new boundaries. You're no longer in survival, so you no longer need to tolerate what survival taught you to endure. The peace of this space will heal you in layers. It will show you what it means to move with grace instead of urgency. You'll find rhythms that match your true self. And most importantly, you'll discover that you never needed chaos to feel alive. You just needed alignment. You needed a home that didn't fight your frequency, and now you have one. The house is more than a destination. It's a mirror. And now that you're inside it, you're beginning to see parts of yourself you forgot existed. The mirror no longer reflects pain, confusion, or compromise. It shows you strength, vision, wholeness. This is who you really are when the noise is gone. This is the real you that couldn't grow inside broken systems, cramped spaces, and conditional acceptance. But in this new place, in this divine atmosphere, you are becoming visible again, not just to the world, but to yourself. God didn't relocate you to impress others. He did it to reveal you. He wanted you to see what he sees. That even after all the battles, all the waiting, all the breakdowns, you still carry glory. You still hold purpose. You still shine with heavenly light. And now, in the peace of this new environment, your essence is beginning to glow again. You're not just resting, you're recovering your identity. And from that recovery, your purpose is about to erupt with clarity. This is why the walls feel so soft. They were built to protect your rediscovery. The light feels sacred because it's meant to illuminate your next level. Every sound, every silence, every breeze moving through the window has been orchestrated to support your growth. You don't need to try here. You don't need to force anything. This is where things grow naturally. This is where your ideas begin to breathe without resistance. God made this environment fertile for your spiritual evolution. This home isn't only for now. It's also for what's coming. It's a holding space for the legacy that's about to flow through you. The people who will be blessed through your hands. The projects that will change lives. The conversations that will unlock doors for others. They will all originate from this sacred space. You thought you were just receiving a home, but God was planting the headquarters of a movement. A place where heaven can reach earth through everything you do. You are going to create here. You are going to launch something in this place that will stretch beyond borders. The environment you're in now is going to amplify the assignments God has placed within you. Not because it's flashy, but because it's accurate. It fits your soul. It nurtures your flow. The old environments muted your voice, but this one will amplify it. The walls won't echo your doubt anymore. They'll echo your boldness. Your prayers here won't just reach heaven. They'll bounce back with answers. You're not just heard now. You're in harmony. And don't underestimate the small details. The way your body relaxes in certain rooms. The way the light hits a certain wall. The spot you naturally gravitate toward when you need clarity. These things matter. They are not random. They are signs that God has tuned this home specifically for your soul's frequency. You won't be able to explain it logically. You'll just feel it. You'll feel yourself syncing with something deeper. You'll find yourself aligning with divine timing again, not because you're trying, but because you're finally still enough to let things come. You've spent years building from a place of instability, and still, you did it well. Still, you remained faithful. Still, you showed up with excellence when your environment was broken. That kind of loyalty does not go unnoticed in heaven. God saw you succeed with scraps. Now He's giving you access to surplus. Not because you begged, but because you proved you could handle it. You built in the storm. Now you'll build in the stillness. And what comes from this stillness will shock even you. There will be mornings when you open your eyes and for a moment forget where you are. And then, as the light enters the room, you'll remember, you're in the promise. You're not dreaming. You're living in what you once cried out for. And every time that realization hits you, it will heal something deeper. Your nervous system will recalibrate. Your spirit will smile. Your memory will update. No longer tied to pain, but now attached to peace. This is where your life begins to scale. This is the dimension where legacy is no longer a concept. It becomes tangible. The space you occupy now will hold the blueprints for generations to come. What you birth here will not just bless you, it will echo through time. And this echo won't be built through noise. It will be built through alignment. You finally have the space to think clearly, rest properly, and create without fear. This is not just a new home, it's a new world. And in this world, nothing stolen will remain missing. Everything that was delayed will be accelerated. All that was denied will be returned with interest. This is your divine compensation, and it's unfolding through comfort. Not through war. God fought the war already. He cleared the path. He softened the resistance. All you had to do was arrive. And now that you're here, your only task is to breathe, to settle in, to let the blessing do what it was sent to do. Because this time, the blessing has room to bloom. The quiet in this new space isn't empty. It's charged. It hums with prophecy. It vibrates with fulfillment. It carries the weight of something sacred that has already been spoken over your life. Every creak of the floor, every flutter of the curtain, every golden ray of sunlight is in on it. This divine secret that you are no longer waiting for the promise. You are walking inside it. Your feet are now touching ground that your spirit walked on before your body arrived. And now that body and spirit have united at this divine intersection. The supernatural is about to manifest in waves. You'll notice things happening without struggle. Paperwork being approved with ease. Conversations becoming open doors. Solutions finding you before you even voice the question. The ease is not just a coincidence. It is the after effect of living where you're meant to live. God has given this home an assignment to protect your peace, to multiply your creativity, and to host the next era of your life. You are no longer building from brokenness. You are now building from wholeness. And what's birthed in wholeness carries a different kind of power. Your voice will sound different. Your presence will feel different. Not because you're trying, but because the atmosphere has shifted. This is the energy of someone who has been moved by God's own hand. Let yourself settle here. Let the walls teach you how to rest. Let the light soften your sharp edges. Let the stillness undo the patterns of survival that became second nature. You don't need to look over your shoulder anymore. You don't need to keep your guard up at the doorway. You are not in danger. You are not in someone else's house. You are home. The home that God preserved for you while you went through every storm. The home that waited silently while your soul battled silently. The home that stood untouched because heaven said, "This is for the chosen one." And now you're here. Your energy will shift things without effort. Your presence will feel healing, even to you. And as you move through the rooms, there will be moments that feel like déjà vu. Not because you've seen this home before, but because you've seen this peace before. In dreams, in prayers, in quiet tears. You've touched it with your faith. And now your faith has translated into a real, tangible, sacred reality. What once lived only in the spirit has entered the physical realm. This is what divine manifestation looks like: effortless, timely, and irrevocable. God didn't bring you this far to remove it. He didn't open this door so it could close again. This is a permanent upgrade, a spiritual promotion with physical evidence. And every day that you wake up in this new space, something in you will rise with greater confidence. You'll start trusting the journey more. You'll stop begging for signs, because the signs are everywhere now. Your very life is proof that God fulfills what He promises. This house is also healing places in you that had no language, the parts of you that always felt unsettled, the parts that never felt safe, the parts that doubted whether you were meant to have nice things. The whispers of old wounds will start to quiet down here, because every time you see the door lock gently, every time you hear the wind pass by without chaos, every time you make tea in peace or sit without fear, your nervous system learns that it is safe to stay. You are safe to expand, safe to rest, safe to celebrate. You no longer need to defend your comfort. You no longer need to explain your upgrade. The divine said yes, and that is enough. The comfort you feel is not a trap. It's a training. God is preparing you to handle more, not by rushing, but by letting your soul recover at the pace of peace. What you birth from here will not be forced. It will be anointed. It will grow like trees planted in good soil, roots deep, fruit evident. This home is not a trophy. It is a temple. And in this temple, your heart becomes the altar. Your silence becomes the incense. Your tears of gratitude become the offering. God is receiving all of it. He's walking through this home with you, smiling as you notice every small gift He left behind. He placed joy in the corner of the bedroom. He left peace by the windows. He planted laughter in the kitchen. He hid courage in the hallway. And He sat wisdom in the living room, waiting for you to ask your next question. This comfort is not just for your survival, it's for your launch. You are not being hidden anymore. You are being established, planted, set in position, and the world will feel the weight of what you build from here. Because when a chosen one is finally seated in their assigned space, heaven flows freely. The instructions come with clarity. The resources come with speed. The favor flows like water. There is no more resistance, because now you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You didn't just walk into a new place. You crossed into a new era. And with that crossing, something irreversible occurred. Your season of striving ended. You're no longer chasing. You're no longer clinging to hope with trembling hands. Now you are walking in what was always prepared for you. The discomfort served its purpose. It stretched your faith. It burned away every attachment to the old. But now, there's nothing left to prove. Nothing left to survive. There is only one assignment left in this moment. Receive. Receive the stillness. Receive the ease. Receive the sacred softness that now surrounds you like a divine hug. Every room in this home is carrying a conversation between heaven and earth. One that whispers, "You are safe now. You are home now. You are free now." And those words don't just live in the walls. They are rising inside of you too. Your own spirit is beginning to agree. You're no longer questioning if this is real. You're no longer waiting for it to be taken. This is the new normal, and it's drenched in grace. This isn't a temporary relief. This is God setting a new baseline. The spiritual atmosphere has shifted so dramatically that even your thoughts will start to operate differently. You'll dream from abundance, not lack. You'll make decisions from peace, not pressure. You'll initiate new beginnings without fear of endings. Because God has brought you here to renew your mind completely. You are not recycling survival habits in this house. You are building new patterns. patterns of wealth, of ease, of security, of rest, of joy that isn't followed by guilt. You will create legacies in this place that extend beyond your lifetime. This is the foundation that your future will be built upon, not a cracked slab of anxiety, but a reinforced truth of who you are in God, a royal, a leader, a divine builder of the supernatural. And this is where the blueprints come together. This home will host strategy sessions with heaven. You will receive divine instructions that shape the next decade of your life. And it will all begin in moments of silence you once avoided.